then subtraction and division. It's the easiest one. So write this down. You will take a picture of this and earn points for literally copying this down. Easiest points you'll earn all semester is writing this down right now. All right. So if I have 2 over 9 times 1 over 3. Okay? So copy this down. Now, some of you already know how to multiply fractions, which is fantastic. In about 3 minutes, I'm going to show you a shortcut that you may or may not know that will help you do with these type of problems. It's a fantastic shortcut. Okay, so when you're multiplying fractions, the reason it's so easy is all you have to do is multiply straight across. That's all you have to do. There's no common denominators, guys. All you have to do is just multiply straight across. It's the easiest. 2 times 1 is 2, and 9 times 3 is 27. And then you ask yourself, hey, can I simplify 2 and 27 by? Is there a number I can divide 2 and 27 by? And the answer is no. So this is your final answer. That's it. That's all you have to do. Easy, huh?
That was easy. That was very easy and quick.
Exactly. I thought this would be the perfect lesson to teach you on the first day of, after vacation on a Monday morning, because it's pretty easy. Let's try doing this one. 4 over 5 times 3 over 7. Okay, so it's multiplication. You don't need common denominators like first semester. Multiply straight across. And what do we get?
12
over
35.
35. Looks good. Now you ask yourself, is there something I can divide 12 and 35 by? I can divide 12 by 2, but I can't divide 35 by 2. I can divide 12 by 3, but can I divide 35 by 3? Nope.
No.
12, I can divide by 4, but that doesn't work. 12, 6, nope. So basically, this is our answer. You cannot simplify it. You're done. So, any questions on this? Are we okay?
Yes.
Okay, so this is level 1. Level 1 is just multiply straight across. There's no simplifying. You're done. Now let's do level 2. Level 2, 2 over 5 times 1 over 4. Okay. So, same thing. You're going to multiply straight across, right? 2 times 1 is 2. 5 times 4 is 20, right? But instead of saying like, okay, that's my final answer, we're not done with this answer. We have to simplify it. Now remember, you're all writing this down because this is worth points. You have to take a picture of this later on. All right, so I can simplify this. What can I divide 2 and 20 by? 2. I can divide by 2. I can't divide by 10. I can only divide by 2. So I'm going to tell myself and everybody in the class that I'm going to divide the top and the bottom by 2. That's the magical number. It can never be bigger than any of these numbers. So 2 is the biggest number I can use. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. And 20 divided by 2 is 10. Is there anything else I can divide 1 and 10 by? Nope. So I am done. Now I can put a box around it. That's my final answer. So this would be your final simplified answer. If we were taking a test and you wrote down this answer, it would actually be marked wrong. You need to simplify it all the way down. Okay? Let's do another one. 3 over 6 times 2 over 3. So we're going to multiply straight across. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18, right? And you're going to go, oh, let me box it in. This is my final answer. Or let me type it in so the computer can grade it. Well, before you do that, ask yourself, is there a number I can divide 6 and 8 by? What number can I divide 6 and 8 by?
3, 6.
3, and I heard a 6. Both of those numbers work. So when there's two numbers you can choose from, I would choose the bigger number. The 3 does work, but you're going to have to simplify again. The 6, you only simplify it one time. So everybody divide this by 6, divide this by 6. If you want to divide by 3, that's fine. And we get 1 over 3. That's your final answer. All right, are there any questions so far? I'm not done with the notes. I'm not done. But I just want to make sure we're okay. So level 1 is where you just multiply straight across and you don't need to simplify. You're done. Level 2, you multiply straight across and then you simplify at the end. That's level 2. Okay? I'm going to show you level 3 right now. We okay? Remember to keep writing these down in your notes. Okay, so level 3, I'm going to show you what is called a shortcut. Okay? Now, shortcuts in math are awesome. They cut down on your work, they speed you up, allows you to do the math a little bit faster. The bad part of shortcuts is they don't always work. They don't always work. So you guys have to make sure that you realize, like, it's a shortcut, but I'm not going to use it every single time. Okay? All right. So we are literally going to take this same problem and do it again, but this time with the shortcut. So we already know our answer. We're not stressing. We're learning the shortcut. So we're going to write 2 over 5 times 1 over 4. So we're going to take the same problem. You guys are all going to take the same problem and write it again right here. You already know the answer, right? So right now what I'm teaching you is the shortcut. Okay, here's a shortcut. I call it simplify the corners. Some of you may have already learned this, which is fantastic. So what happens is, before I start multiplying straight across, what I want to do is I want to check my corners. So I cover up the corners. Okay. So here I covered up the 1 and the 5. I'm going to concentrate on 2 and 4. So pay attention because this is a useful shortcut for some of you. 2 and 4. Is there a number I can simplify 2 and 4 by?
2.
2.
And 4. Oh, no, 2.
2, right? It can't be bigger than the 2. So what I do is I simplify before I multiply. I simplify the corners. So I simplify the 2 and the 4 because I can divide this by 2. I can divide this by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. So all of a sudden, I no longer use this number. I'm going to use the 1. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. I no longer use this. I now use the 2. So what I did is I simplified before I multiply. The benefits of that is you deal with smaller numbers. You end up dealing with huge numbers. So now I'm going to multiply. Oh, then I check my other corners. 1 and 5. Is there anything I can divide 1 and 5 by? No. I mean, I can divide by 1, but that doesn't change anything, right? So those stay the same. So now, instead of multiplying 2 times 1, I'm going to multiply by 1. 1 times 1 is 1, and 5 times 2 is 10. And we're good. We got that answer, right? Maybe a little bit faster. I don't have to deal with 2 over 20. I end up with my answer like that. All right, let's try it with this one. So 3 over 6 times 2 over 3. We're going to check the corners. So I'm going to cover these two corners up. I have the numbers 3 and 3. What can I divide 3 and 3 by?
3 and 1.
Yes,
3.
3, right? The 1, well, nothing changes, right? So 3 and 3. So I can divide by 3. I can divide by 3, right? 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So I'm simplifying the corners. This gets crossed out. We no longer use it. Now I'm going to check my other corners. 6 and 2. Is there something I can divide 6 and 2 by?
2.
What was that, Daniel?
2.
2. Very good. So I can divide this corner by 2 and this corner by 2. What's 2 divided by 2? 1.
1.
And 6 divided by 2?
3.
3. So now I get to multiply everything that I've circled. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. And that's my final answer. And that's the answer we got before. The only thing is that I simplified before. Excuse me. All right. Now, do you have to use a shortcut? No, you do not. If I'm losing you here, hey, that's okay. You can go back to this, right? Just multiply straight across and simplify at the end. This always works. You end up dealing with big numbers, but it's okay. If this is too confusing for you, try it, because you might surprise yourself and you're like, oh, it was confusing, but now I understand where she's getting these numbers from. All right, let's try this one as a shortcut together. A brand new problem together. Okay? And let's try to do the shortcut, even though I just said you don't have to, but let's try it. Trust me, some of you might like it. All right. Now, if we were to do it the traditional way, you would get an answer of 48 over 90, right? 8 times 6 is 48. 9 times 10 is 90. 48 over 90. And then I would have been, if you were to type this answer in, it would be marked wrong because it's not simplified, right? So instead of getting these really, really big numbers, what we're going to do is we're going to simplify the corners. So cover up the corners. I have 6 and 10. What can I divide? I'm sorry, 8 and 10. Oh. What can I divide 8 and 10 by?
2.
2. Very good. So I'm going to put divide by 2 right there. Simplifying the corners. What's 8 divided by 2?
4.
4. So I'm going to put that on top and I'm going to circle it. What's 10 divided by 2?
5.
5. Circle that. I'm no longer going to use the 8. I'm no longer going to use the 10. I'm going to use smaller numbers. All right. Now let's check your other two corners. 9 and 6. What can I divide 9 and 6 by? I see some of you in the yes, very good. So some of you are chatting with me privately because you're getting the right answers, and some of you are chatting with me live. Great. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So I simplified all the corners on this one. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So this one, now I get to multiply straight across. That doesn't change. 4 times 2 is 8. 3 times 5 is 15. And that's my final answer. So do you want to deal with simplifying 48 over 90 and getting all the way down to 8 over 15? Or do you want to simplify beforehand? That's up to you guys. If you guys want to just do this and then end up simplifying this, that's fine. But everybody in the classroom, no matter how you get there, this is the right answer, 8 over 15. This is what's going to give you points on the exit ticket, because if you don't simplify it, it's going to be marked wrong. Does everybody understand that? All right, kids. So I'm done taking notes. Unless there's questions or you want more help, I am more than happy to give you more problems. So today at the end, you're going to be taking a picture of your notes, that you, literally this in your writing, and taking a picture of it, and you get points for that. Free, I think they're like free points. Okay.